Hello.
Hello. So for the first time it's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
Actually, technically it's been longer than that because we haven't uploaded anything
We've
for you
recorded
guys. We've
things.
recorded things, but we haven't uploaded anything. The untimely complication of two things. One, life getting in the way, and then also audio problems. Hopefully, as you're listening to this, you're not having the audio problem.
Yeah.
And you're listening to this as clear. If not, we're working on it. We're still working on it. That should be the name of this podcast. We're still working on it. Talk is Giraffe is better because it gets people's attention, but the real conflict is we're still working on it.
We're still working on it.
So,
Don't worry, I can put that on a t-shirt too.
you know what? That would make a really good t-shirt. We're still working on it. You know what we'll do? We'll put Talk is Giraffe on the front, and on the back it says we're still working. We have been so Maria, honestly, to be level with you 100%, Maria and I haven't actually seen each other in what? I think the last time we saw each other was probably the no, it was when we did the show at your house that we didn't even upload. I think that was the last time.
Pool. There was one.
Did we see each other after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we haven't gotten together. And honestly, after we finished that episode, there was like zero talk about going forward. Not that we didn't want to, but life got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And things just kept popping up and things just kept happening. And we just didn't have time to do anything that we wanted to do. So, yeah, I mean, literally, I mean, this one's going to be short. This one's going to be short because we wanted to come to you guys and just kind of explain what's been going on. Because, you know, what's funny is there were people have been asking, like, are you guys still doing your show?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, we're still doing our show. And then, like, at the back end, I was like, are we still doing our show? Are we still doing this? Because
totally, but are we?
Yeah, I mean, let's recap the things that happened. So,
okay. We'll go all the way back to the end of May. That's the last episode we put out, and what happened was that is when I started moving. And it was a hoot and a half trying to get all that stuff out of the old house and into the new house, and then Colin, my husband, started a new job, which I have not spoken about on the podcast yet.
That's true. That was another thing that got not in the way, but it definitely made it.
Yes, so he is traveling a lot now. He's currently in Kansas, actually. So if he's listening, hello, hi, I love you. Good job. Okay. But yeah, so he just full send went 100 miles per hour, and the path kind of changed a little bit on how available I was, because I have to be very conscious now of my dogs, and like I don't have somebody home that can let them out and stuff like that. So it's, anyway, life and all of those things. So we finally got moved into our house. We filmed an episode at my house, which we will release actually probably tomorrow for you guys, but it is lots of dog interruptions.
Yes.
So
lots of dog interruptions. Pretty sure I still have the slobber on the microphone.
Cover, yeah.
Because I tried to interview Duncan and he just wasn't. So,
yeah. And
you're gonna hear a lot of dog sounds.
Yeah.
In that episode, which again, it was funny, and we just never got around to releasing it.
No.
That's pretty much what happened. It was just we recorded it, and then pretty much said, "All right, see you, bye," and then there was no talk about next steps or what we were going to do the next time.
Yes, and we actually, that led us into our reunion episode. We recorded at my house.
Because I thought I had my timetable.
You do, but it's okay. I'm here.
So our last episode was the reunion. That is a whole trial in its own right.
It was an incredible time.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
absolutely.
so good, but per usual, it was a new setting. We were not able to run a test recording. We trusted the fact that our lapel mics have not failed us one time, and they ended up failing us.
Those lapel mics, yeah, they did fail us.
Yeah.
And we're like,
So weird. Yeah.
we're not going to be using well, we might use those going forward, but we might have found a solution. Hopefully we found a solution. I think we did. So hopefully the audio is going to be better for you guys going forward. It'll be a lot easier to listen.
And the reason that it's not probably up to subpar today is because Dylan and I have been trying to find. I think it's called a USB C. No, it's not. It's a USB A.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
that's
a
what it is.
USB A or
My snowball microphone.
yeah.
This
So yeah, that's why he's using this other handheld mic, which it's not. And he so when we do that, he has to plug into our mixer, and our mixer is not the best quality either. So trial and error. Stick with us. We'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, we had a really good time at the reunion episode. It was extraordinary to see everyone again.
yeah, that could be a whole another recap in its own right because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the amount of the cool thing about that, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to keep this as simple and short for you guys. We still enjoy doing this for sure.
Yes.
We just had a lot of things get. We didn't really say anything about it. Yeah, honestly, me and Marie haven't actually talked about any of the stuff that got in our way, and it's not just on her end; it's on my end as well because there's a lot of stuff. Because you'll notice we're not in an actual in our actual studio.
Yeah.
That's two things actually. The first thing is
Um, I can talk about it. So I actually accepted a position in. Well, I don't know if I should say this school district or not, but I guess it doesn't matter. I took a position in a school district, and I am so incredibly excited. My first full day was on Friday, and next week I have a full week of professional development, and then the kids come back the week after that. So it's been such a great change of pace for me, emotionally and mentally, physically. It's a night and day difference of how happy I am. And I am not shaming or going to talk down or bad about any of the situation I was in prior or about the company I was at prior to, because I wish nothing but the best for them. I just personally needed a change, and that is okay. And I'm chasing a dream, and sometimes you just can't say no to a dream, especially when the timing is right. And Colin and I had very many long conversations about it, and he is, my gosh, I'm so incredibly thankful for him letting me do this. So,
well, it's cool because now you're in a position to where well the both of you actually it's not just you the both of you are in a position to where you can make that happen and it can work, which
mhm.
is great. Because a lot of times, when you decide to do something like that, it it takes two to tango. But at the same time, sometimes if one person's not on board, then it makes it a lot. And not
100%.
only that, but when I look right down the barrel at it, you are going to get the opportunity to travel with your husband while he is working,
Yes.
which you actually talked about,
Yes.
which we actually discussed before we started when she first got here. And when I say here, um, like I said, you'll notice that my background and her background looks completely different than where we were previously. And I will tell you this. So, on top of Marie moving, Marie finding a new job, Colin getting a new job. So mine stuff wasn't as well. Actually, I don't want to say it, not as strenuous, but a lot of us. There was a lot of things that hit me all at the same time. So um, the first thing is I was in like right around the same time that we did the uh, the reunion episode. Um, I was well, no, actually, it wasn't. It was like right afterward. So when she got her move completed, I decided that I was going to do my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved to a apartment, and I'll say in the area. I'm in Plano now. My work has gotten me to a point to where I can do things on my own now, which I wasn't. Well, I was technically doing things on my own, but I didn't live on my own. So that's where I'm at now. Is I'm by myself, which is a transition in its own right because I've never been by myself in my entire life. And when I say by myself, what I mean is I've never been on my own without anybody in my own space. I've always shared a space with somebody, or I've always shared an apartment with somebody. So I am by myself, literally, right? Silence is deafening, and when you sit in, and I've been sitting in my own discomfort for the past month and a half. So there's that. So I signed my lease as soon as I signed my lease, I believe it was I think it was, like I called you that day, didn't I? I did tell you, I called you that day.
Yes.
So I think it was the 27th, or
You
because the
did.
26th was on a Thursday.
Because we were like, I was like about to leave or
You're about to go to Wisconsin, aren't you? Or was that? Because I think it was a Sunday.
yeah, I think I was like I was getting ready and on my way to go record or something.
Yeah.
Like we had talked about anyway.
Yeah. So right around the same time that I signed my lease, and I was in the process of moving stuff to my apartment, uh, my father passed away, and there was a lot of tumultuous things because I haven't like alluded to anything on the podcast about my relationship with my family. I have alluded to I have alluded to my relationship with my family in the past, and maybe one day I'll tell the story because it is a you can't make this stuff up type story. So around that same time, I was in the process of I hadn't even started moving. It was literally I signed my lease, getting ready to move, getting stuff packed up, and then that same Sunday is when so I was dealing with a move, also dealing with the ramifications of his passing. And it was a lot. I mean, it became,
To say the least.
yeah, to say the least. So, long story short, I pretty much shut the world. I went into my own cocoon, I became a recluse, and I just kind of got away from everything. I got away from everything. It's not something you're supposed to do, but so it was funny because I just kind of I was just trying to figure out like, okay, so now what? Which is always the word, now what? I think because I called Maria the day it happened, and I said, hey, this is what's going on. So if you don't hear from me, this is why, right? And of course, me being the old rude person that I am, she did not hear from me. I don't think you heard from me after that. Did I play? Did I play at all?
I mean, I texted you about stuff like that, but no, you did not.
Yeah,
and that's totally understandable.
So that's pretty much where we're at. So I was what ended up happening was I had a friend of mine who texted me, and he said, because I don't know if anybody knows this, but I sell gloves on the side for Barracuda Billiards, and they're pool gloves, the stuff that the pros wear. I had a friend of mine text me out of the blue and said he needed the glove, and I was like, okay. So I went up to the billiard den to drop off the glove, and while we were catching up, he asked me, he goes, so what's going on with your podcast? And I was like, pretty much the same explanation that I gave you guys. And then I was like, okay, obviously people are asking about this. We need to get back on. We need to get this ball rolling. So here we go. Long story short, here we are. So we're going to do our best to bring you guys better content, more fun stuff. Hopefully we can get the other episodes that we have.
I am working on, so just for anyone that attended the reunion episode and they're like, well, what the heck did we record for?
Where is my show?
The like I said earlier, the lapel mics failed us. The audio is not great, so it might be one of those things where it's like we can release it and people can do with it what they want.
Yeah.
or we can just chop it up to you had to be there kind of a situation. I'm sure I can maybe find small little clips from it and we could kind of go from there. But I'm working. So when we recorded, it was like right in the midst of like all of the things that we just talked about happening, like moving. My husband got a new job. Dylan's father passed. So a lot of time goes into editing, and I was training my replacement at work. It's just like all these little tiny things that kind of added up in a big way. And editing is not a small feat. It's not just a click of a button, unfortunately. They advertise it that it will be that, but it is not. It is not. And so, but don't worry, I'm working on it, and we're working on.
We're gonna figure it out.
All
Come hell or high water, one
Yeah.
way or another, we will figure it out. One of the things that one of the problems that Marie and I face, literally, is the fact that we are both perfectionists. That is the issue that we both face. So when one of us is not happy with what's going on, the other one is not happy, or vice versa, right? So when one says this is bad and they show it to the other one agrees, yeah, that's not good. And because we have a love and of what we do and the stuff that we put out, we're like, we're not putting that out there. That sounds awful. That sounds terrible. I mean, yeah. So, and that's the problem is because we're both perfectionists and we want to do everything that we can to make this as good as possible, which we do, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So that's the issue that we both face is the fact that we're both perfectionists in our own rights, in our own lives too. So, but again, the goal
It's a blessing and a curse.
yeah, the goal has always been when we started this was to bring you guys great content, funny content, and stuff that people can relate to, which we do. I feel that we do a really good job of. The problem is, like I said, like she said, is when one thing is not right, we're just like, we're not putting that.
Yes, and usually like
Usually we can fix it, but this
usually we can fix it. But even the small little things that like
like if you're listening to this now, you can hear an echo or something, or my voice sounds like I'm really far away.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes like I will text Olivia, like who I know listens religiously every whatever day, like she's like I put y'all on and then I do chores around the house. Like it's just super easy routine for her.
Yeah.
And which I really appreciate. And she's always texting me questions or whatever. And I just love that. I love her. I love that. And please, if you guys are listening right now, send us questions, ask us things like anything that we say during one of our episodes, we're totally open to discussing.
Mhm.
And I promise you that we
read all the comments.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
And I want to address something that happened while Marie and I were on hiatus. So going back to one of the episodes that we did, we were talking about one of the personal accounts that I had, the narcissist, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the message that I got in our on our TikTok? So I want to address something here, and because I want to make sure this is addressed. Two things. One, when we talk about something on this show, right? It's from our personal opinion, it's from our personal experience, and it is not used for it's not used for satire, even though sometimes we do that, right?
Sure, yeah.
But it's not used for satire, and it's not. It's once we talk about it, it's gone. And we might recap it in another episode. It might get brought up, but once that is happening, once that happens, it's done. So going back to the narcissist episode that we did, I think we did put one out there. Did we do a second episode, or was that the same one?
Well, we did a different version, but that's the one that's
The one that I'm referring to is the one that we got the response on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a message on my TikTok, or on our TikTok, the Talk is to
Yeah.
Rap TikTok,
Yeah.
about the episode that we did, and this person decided that they were like, oh, I have so much more dirt. I have all this, that, and the other. I have this paperwork and all this other stuff. So if you guys want to go into further detail, you can. Of course, we responded like, no.
Yeah.
If you want to come on and tell your side of the story or whatever, great, right? But I want to address this, and I want to make sure everybody understands this. Two things. One, we will not take somebody else's information that we don't know is fact, right? Second thing is there are a lot of other platforms on this earth that will utilize that clout to make their content go viral or to make their stuff go viral. We will not utilize this platform. We will not make our name off of somebody else's back.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely not.
Marie is a lot better at responding to those messages than I am, because that was going to be my response: is I will not utilize somebody else's name to make ours or break their back so that we can go forward. I'm just not.
Yeah, I think I
We will not do that.
basically sent a bless your heart back to him.
Yeah, pretty much, or whoever it was.
I'm so sorry.
Whoever it was that decided that, hey, I've got so much more stuff that you guys can. We're not interested in burying somebody or putting somebody out there for that, right? So again, we will not utilize somebody else's back to make our name. So and the other thing too is, if we've had people come on in the past that have talked about other people in their past, but that's
Sure,
different.
yeah.
That's different. That's their portion of that's
Their
side
story.
of
That's their story.
That's their story. That's their decision to make, right?
Yeah, but we're not gonna air dirty laundry
of
of
somebody else, because
especially if their person is not able to defend themselves or
like, I was involved. I was the middleman in this whole situation, right? But at the same time, like, I didn't care enough about what that person had to understand I don't want to do that, or to understand why you're doing that. So as we say all the time, the window is open for you to come on and tell your story, but we won't tell your story for you.
no.
Unless you tell us to, but we don't like doing that. We would much rather you come on and tell your story. We can make things work, but
Anonymous even still. Like even
Yeah.
if you're on here, it doesn't have to be like if it's therapeutic for you to just
come on in here and do this. Just come on here and air your, I guess, for lack of a better term, dirty laundry or whatever. Yeah. But I just wanted to make sure that that's clear and concise, because a part of me felt like we were like, I don't want to send the wrong message and people be like, oh, this is what their show's about. No. We want to give you guys ultimate content, and hopefully we want to be up there in the upper echelon with other podcasts, right? Because everybody and their freaking mother has a podcast. But we're not going to do it in that manner, right? Something will click. It's not. I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there, because that bothered me. That definitely kind of bothered me, in the fact that somebody thought that that was okay for them to be like, oh, hey, I got all this other stuff that you can use, and kind of push this agenda further. Not doing that. What happened to me, I told the story because that was my story to tell, right? I kept the names out of it. It was full disclosure, right? Even though that person decided to expose themselves, or a comment section. I won't say where. But again, that was my story to tell. And if you want to tell your story, perfect. But I'm not telling somebody else's story for you, unless you tell me to, right? Or unless you tell us to, right? We don't like doing that, but sometimes people are like, I don't really want to tell that story with you. All right, we'll think about it. Sorry. I didn't mean to derail this, but I just wanted to make sure, because that was another thing that actually came about while we were in the midst of doing everything else to try to live and trying to make life work. That came up, and honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. But at the same time, it's like, okay, hold on, let's address this now, because I don't want anybody else to be like, oh, this is what they do, or send the wrong message like that.
Yeah.
So the stories that we tell have happened to us. The stories that other people tell have happened to them, right? So I'm not going to tell somebody else's story for them, and I'm not going to bury somebody else on this show, because I just don't like doing that. It doesn't make wanted to make sure that that got addressed just in case, because again, that was a private message that was sent to us on our TikTok in addressing one of our other shows. Just not going to happen. There's that. What else you got? What else do we have? We're always trying to come up. We're always trying to come up with something that will keep you guys up.
I really did enjoy the way did the Reddit threads, like
Oh yeah, the Reddit threads were a lot of fun.
I will probably maybe try and start now that I have a little bit more time, like brain power to put into scheduling and um like as pulling ideas out of your head.
Pretty much.
I think that we'll start rotating those into our, we
Yeah.
won't like turn this into like that
A
full
Reddit show,
time,
right? Yeah.
but so that's the unreleased episode that we have that I need to finish editing is one of the Reddit threads. So I might release that tomorrow for you guys just so that we can have something out there.
Put something else in the ether so that you know that we're still here. No, get up on the show. Of course it is. Where are you? What do you think I'm doing? Wait, hold on. I don't want to put too much out there, but didn't you say that you were just with her like 5 minutes ago, or not 5 minutes ago?
Earlier
before
this
you came
morning,
over here,
yes, yeah. She spent the night at my house.
She's probably like, where are you at? Where do you think I'm at? I told you.
No, you're good. I uh forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm so sorry.
It's
That was my
okay.
fault. Oh yeah, putting more brain power into.
I remember something else big happened for Dylan and I, which we'll probably talk about next time. We'll make it a whole thing. I have ideas, but we celebrated our 1 year anniversary of the podcast in July. July.
Oh, the reunion episode.
No, us
Oh.
doing this.
Oh, doing this. Okay, sorry.
It's been 1 full year.
Oh yeah, it has been 1 year. That's right.
We started in July of 2024.
In an office with zero.
No AC.
No AC. Oh yeah, that's right.
I really kind of want to go back to that first episode and like critique it,
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be kind of fun. Not critique it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. We can talk about it later.
I completely forgot about the anniversary. Yeah, we'd been talking about doing something for that. We basically just threw that month out the window. We're like, there's nothing we can do on this episode. Or there's nothing we can do.
My birthday. July is always insane. Anyway.
Stuff better. Yeah, we're gonna put a lot more into. We're gonna put more than we already do because we pour a lot into doing this for you guys. It's really funny because we were like, we'll just hit the record button and we'll just go. No, that's not how this works because we hit the record button 30 minutes ago when we tried to start this beforehand. It just didn't go. It went, but it just didn't go. I feel like that's it. There will be stories. There will be stories to be told. There are content to be released. There are lots of stuff in the works that we're going to do for you guys. And go back, watch some of the episodes. Tune into the TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. We're on Facebook. There will be more content out there. There will be better content going forward.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube. Find us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast at. It is going.
I don't know if we shared on here, but we received an email that that we were popular in Taiwan.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which is super cool.
Yeah. So I don't want to sound rude or anything, but so we were like one of the top podcasts in Taiwan, right? Or something like that.
Like weird.
And then I was kind of thinking, I was like, do they even know like what we're talking about? Like, do they understand us? Like, is there something in the background? Like,
we are not dubbed or anything. So like, I don't know.
I don't know if there's like, I'm just kind of worried about the
super
language.
Appreciative. That's so cool.
Yeah, and we're just kind of wondering like, is there a language barrier? I'm just kind of thinking like, do they even know? Like, so
we're they put us on to fall asleep, Dylan. Don't.
Hey, that's fine. If your ASMR is you're falling asleep to talk as your rap, that's fine because that's a lot of playtime that we can get. That's a lot of dead air time that you can give us. So that makes us look better. So if that's the case, Yeah, I completely forgot about that because that was like totally out of left field.
Yeah, I had screenshotted Dylan the picture, and he was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, all right. Because at one point we were really popular in Romania.
Something,
There was another
something
country.
like that. Appreciate all the love.
All love, all support. Everybody who came out to the reunion.
Yes.
A laugh and a half. That was a lot of fun. We're definitely going to talk about that episode because it was a lot.
It was a lot of
And
fun.
the funniest thing was, and I think I don't want to go too much into it. The funniest thing was is we didn't do a lot of planning as far as that episode went. We pretty much said, "This is the time, this is the date, we're gonna be there," and then we got there, and then we just kind of played it by, pretty much played it by ear, right? So it was a lot of fun. If you're listening to this and you were there for the reunion, and you're like, "Where is that episode?" We're trying to fix it. We're trying to put it out there. We're trying to fix it. If all else fails, we can't get it. We'll put it out there, and if you like it, I mean, I would say we can re-record it, but that I don't know if that's gonna happen. There's a lot that went into it.
There was a lot that went into it.
There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving people.
It's just crazy to me that like the lapel mics have literally never failed us.
They were like, we're good, and then just kind of hit the dust. So, okay, they
Anyway.
didn't technically bite the dust. They just decided that they were done, and they just didn't want to.
It's very loud. Like normally it does noise canceling and you can hear whoever is like whoever has the mic and they're speaking into it is usually very crystal clear. It doesn't pick up background noise and we were like, "Oh, this will be perfect because we're in a loud restaurant." And I don't want to get too much into it either, but I it did none of that. Let's just say that. So you just imagine a noisy restaurant and then about 15 people all talking and anyway, eating. Yeah. So, anywho, we can't even express to you guys how much we appreciate you guys and all of the views and likes and comments and just check-ins. Like it means a lot to us that you guys care enough to even ask us, "Hey, what's going on?" Yeah. We're almost at 40,000 views on YouTube, which is just incredible, like insane. I know that to some big honcho podcasters, those are rookie numbers, but for us, it's like we're on our knees grateful to you guys. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here.
Hopefully, you enjoyed this little tidbit that we're doing. We have ideas; they're in the works. It's gonna get better. So,
And we'll see you guys soon.
see you guys soon.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.